Hello everyone from Geaux Stros. If you're wondering where in the world have I been this whole time for the past 2 hours, the game started 2 hours ago. If you're wondering about that, well, let me give you a couple of not so good answers, but these are the reasons. No excuses, but these are the answers. Number one, I was really busy trying to get something together that I had to ship off. That was one reason. 1 second, let me turn this down. I had to ship something off to my girlfriend, and so that took a little time. But when I finally did get sat down, I wasn't able to pull up the MLB game, the Astros game, until literally just a few seconds ago. I've been trying and trying and trying. My internet is fine. The internet is working fine. I can go to any website I want. I can go anywhere I want. I can do anything. But for some reason, I just couldn't get the MLB TV website to load. So now it's the bottom of the seventh, no runners on. Very first batter at the plate is a Mariner. But once again, the MLB site is still acting weird. It doesn't have any kind of lineup on the screen. I don't know who's batting. All I know is that Wesneski has been on the mound for 6 innings, and this is his 7th inning. That pitch right there is a strike. It looks like he's facing Cal Raleigh. Cal Raleigh, the 4th batter in the lineup. Here's the next pitch to Raleigh, 1-1. A swing and a miss on the inside corner. The Astros are down 2-1. I've been following this game as I've been running here and there, trying to take care of things. Once again, I have to stop occasionally to make, kidney-related stops to the bathroom. And between that, shipping things off, and trying to get a connection with the MLB website, it has just not worked out very well today. But it's okay. It's still a nice day today. That one's fouled off. Count remains 1-2 against Cal Raleigh. Let's see if I can change the information on screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs, nobody on. And we are in the 7th inning. Bottom of the 7th. And that should be updated on the screen. Let me check it. Yes. Ball 2. The count is even 2-2. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. 79 pitches now for Wesneski. That's the 80th, and I'll tell you what. 78-mile-per-hour sweeper, strike 3, and Wesneski just walks off the mound like it's nothing. What a game so far for him, just giving up 2 runs. And the bottom fell out of that one. Strike 3 on Raleigh. He sits him down for out number 1. What an amazing pitch there. Woo! Mariners 2, Astros 1. Oh, there we go, right off the bat. Very next batter, a little fly ball. Altuve's got it for out number 2, just like that. 2 up and 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Rowdy Tellez comes to the plate. 2 strikeouts today against Wesneski. Wesneski. Got to get used to that. He hits this one up the middle. It's going to be playable, I believe. Yes, it is. A diving catch by Jake Myers. There we go. 7 complete innings by Wesneski. He has given up only 2 runs. 7 complete innings. The Astros go into the top of the 8th now. 2 more opportunities just to get 1 run to tie it up and 2 runs to win it. I'd love to tell you who they've got coming up to bat, but unfortunately, like I said, the stats just aren't working. What in the world is going on with MLB TV right now? I'd really like to know. I've got the volume on the TV. I need to change that to my headphones. There we go. That's better. Let's see if anybody's in the chat right now. I really apologize for being so late, for being 2 hours late. Sweet Richard, hello. Thank you. It's good to see you. Richard, I am so sorry about being late today. It was out of my hands. But I made it. Okay, I made it before the end of the game. Maybe just in time to see some magic. We saw some major magic yesterday, did we not? Astros came back from being down 7-1 and won 9-7. How about that? It was a great game. Let's see here. As soon as I figure out who the pitcher is for the Mariners, I'll update that on the screen. Santos. Gregory Santos is what it looks like. Gregory Santos. Gregory Santos. Where is that picture I just saved? There it is. All right, got that updated. Let's go back to the game. Man, Wisniewski barely has 80 pitches, and he's pitched 7 innings. Jake Myers is at the plate, takes the first ball up and in for ball 1 from Santos. Finally, the information is on the screen. Thank you. But it's not updated. They still got Trent Thornton on the mound. Myers hits it down the line into left field. He misses a home run just by about 4 feet. My goodness. My goodness. My goodness gracious alive. Let's see if I can get a live feed on my preview screen. If I can, then I'll be able to do some short replays of any highlights that pop up for all you good folks who are listening in or following along. My secondary screen is taking a really long time to load. I'm not surprised. Myers hits it up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. The center fielder comes over to cut it off. Myers is on first base. The Astros have a leadoff runner here in the 8th. And I need to update that information on the screen. I forgot to do that. We got a base runner with no outs. Mauricio Dubon comes to the plate. That was an 86-mile-per-hour slider right in the bottom of the zone. It didn't drop enough. Myers got a hold of it. Good batting by Myers. Dubon shows bunt. Pulls back. But that'll be ball 1. One ball, no strikes to Dubon. He does lay down the bunt on the first baseline, and the first baseman gets on the base, but he tries to run around the tag. The second baseman was playing way over. He picked it up and tried to apply the tag. Dubon tried to avoid the tag, but he was called out for running out of the baseline. However, Myers does advance to second base. Altuve's got another home run today so far, just like the other day. It's one run for the Astros on the board thanks to Altuve's solo shot. And he's at the plate right now. Takes the 97-mile-per-hour fastball right down the middle. 3 home runs for Altuve this year. He's leading the Astros, batting .357, 1 for 3 today. 0-1 is the count, with Myers on second, 1 away. Here's the pitch. A little low and outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Altuve. 1 out after Mauricio Dubon sacrifice bunts Myers to second base, which I need to change on the screen, by the way. And I did. Here's the pitch to Altuve. Way outside, it goes to the back. Myers is going to trot easily over to third base. Yes. Now we have a runner on third with just one out. Altuve has really good options here. He's able to hit it pretty much anywhere. Altuve knows how to poke it to the right side. He knows how to hit the ball in a way to score a runner from third base. If anybody can do it, Altuve can. Looks like the catcher, Raleigh, wants to go out and have a little chit-chat with Santos, the pitcher. They're going to take a little break, have a little meeting on the mound. The infielders come in. Got about 6 guys on the mound right now having a talk. The third base coach is talking with Jake Myers at the same time. Richard retracted the message. Okay, Daniel Berry Sports says, go Astros. Absolutely, go Astros. Kind of a nail-biter right now, huh? I mean, it's just the 8th inning, but the Astros are down by 1. Got a runner on third with 1 out. Altuve's at the plate. Excellent opportunity for the Astros to tie it up, if not take the lead. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Altuve. Outside again, 97 miles an hour, and that's ball 3, guys. 3-1. Good at bat by Altuve, forcing him to throw it in the zone. Let's see if he does right here. This will be the 10th pitch of the inning for Santos. And here comes the delivery. Outside again, ball 4. Altuve takes the base. Astros have the tying run on third, the go-ahead run on first. Only 1 out, and Isaac Paredes comes to the plate. Today, Paredes has no hits. He's over 3 with 1 strikeout. But he did reach on 1 error earlier in the game. Like I said before, not a whole lot is needed right now for the Astros to tie this up. The first place is way wide again, 96 miles an hour. It looks like Santos has some control issues. Keeps throwing that heat and that slider outside the zone. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. That one's just a little low. Altuve steals second. They don't even make the throw. They let him go. The double play ball is gone. And Altuve takes second base on the catcher's indifference. Now we have 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out. Here comes the 2-0 pitch to Paredes. That was right in there, 86 miles an hour on that slider. He slowed it down and was able to control it a little more. Strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike to Paredes. Like I said, all he has to do is get it into the outfield, and we got ourselves a run. Here's the next pitch. He hits that with the middle. That's going to be down. No, it's caught by the center fielder. But Jake Myers is going to tag and bring it in. No. He's not going to tag. It's not deep enough for Myers to tag. Myers seems to be talking with the coach on the side there. He seems to be discussing whether or not he should have gone. But take a look at this replay here. It looked like Paredes might get that ball down, but it wound up being caught by the center fielder. And he got it in pretty quick. Myers didn't go. I don't know if that was on him or the coach, but as it stands, now they're 2 away. And Yordan Alvarez comes to the plate, guys. The coach is coming out to the mound to talk to Santos. Is he going to take him out against Alvarez? Or is he just going to have a little chit-chat? You can see they're having a little talk with the coach right now on the mound. Yeah, it looks like they are taking him out. They're going to go to a left-hander. Well, that's kind of strange. The left-hander's running out there. But check this out. Look at this. Look at that. The left-hander ran out of the bullpen, and then he headed back. He thought he was supposed to come in the game, but they didn't make a change. They stayed with the righty. They stayed with Santos against Alvarez. Pretty interesting stuff right there. A little miscommunication going on between the Mariners coaching staff and the bullpen. Okay, I see what they're doing. They're going to intentionally walk Yordan Alvarez, and they're going to load up the bases. Okay, I see what they're doing. So the Astros have bases loaded, and Santos will stay on the mound versus Christian Walker with 2 outs. There we go. Big opportunity for Christian Walker right here. He could ice this game with one swing of the bat. Speaking of that, here's the first pitch. A little outside, 89 miles an hour, ball 1. Outside and low on that 89 mile per hour slider. 1-0, bases loaded. Here's the pitch, right in there. Oh, 88 mile per hour slider. That was a good pitch and a swing and a miss by Walker. 0-3 today with 1 home run on the season. This would be a perfect opportunity for a second one. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Way outside, almost a wild pitch there. Myers would have been able to score on that one, I think, for sure. 2 balls, 1 strike. 17 pitches now. Here comes the 18th from Santos. 2-1. Grounded to the left side and through the hole. It's through the hole. It's going to score 2 runs. Myers gets in. Altuve gets in. Heck yes, guys. Heck yes. Astros up 3-2. Christian Walker put that right through the gap between third and shortstop. And the Astros are up 3-2. He ripped it, and it was a ground ball, but it went just in the right spot. Take a look at this. He strikes it right through the gap, just right by him. Look at that. Myers scores easily. Altuve was on his way. They have the opportunity to add more runs. Two-run RBI for Christian Walker. How do you like that? Yordan on second. We have runners on first and second for Jeremy Pena. He's 0 for 3 today. He has an opportunity to drive in even more runs. Ball 1. I'm sorry, ball 2. I missed the first pitch. 2-0 against Pena. 20 pitches now for Santos. Here's the next one. That one barely got the outside lower corner. Could have gone either way, but strike 1. 2-1. I got the good part of the game, guys. I mean, I missed the great pitching by Wisniewski. But for the hitting, the Astros hitting, I got the good part here, right? I got the meat. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fouled off. Another slider low and away, but Pena went after that one. That definitely would have been a ball if he had let it go. That'll be strike 2. 2-2. Astros, a little bit of a rally here in the 8th inning. Taking the lead for the first time in the game, 3-2 on only 2 hits. Oh, another slider in that same spot. It was a little outside and a little low. Good call by the ump. Ball 3. The count is full. Here comes the pitch from Santos. Pena swings and hits it down the line, but the third baseman gets it, lobs it over to first, and that'll be it. That'll be all she wrote for the Astros in the 7th inning. But you know what? They came away with 2 runs. 2 big runs. And now they are up 3-2 going into the bottom of the 8th. Man, exciting stuff. Really exciting stuff. My guess is that Taylor Scott is going to be on the mound for the Astros in just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and change that because I believe that I'm right. I think I saw Taylor Scott warming up earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and change that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I think I'm right. Now, unless, I don't know though. They went with Abreu and Hader yesterday. I don't know if they'll go with him again today because Hader pitched 2 innings. Abreu only pitched 1. But Who knows? I'll stick with Scott for now because that's who I saw warming up. I don't know if that was changed due to the Astros taking the lead, but I'm going to leave it at Taylor Scott for now. I can always change it later. Man, what a game. I came in so late, but I got most of the good stuff. I really would have liked to have seen that pitching from Wisniewski. It would have been nice to see that entire games. Taylor Scott is indeed on the mound. I was right. It looks like he's facing Dylan Moore for the Mariners, who's 1 for 2 today, with 2 home runs for the season. He's got a pretty good average. He's batting .381 right now, but I don't know how many at-bats he has. I wonder how many at-bats he has. Probably not too many because he's batting 7th in the lineup. Here comes the first pitch to Moore from Scott. That one slides way outside. That slider slides way outside for ball 1. Bottom of the 8th. Second pitch for Scott. Woo, that was close, right on the edge. A little high and outside, but in the zone. Unfortunately, the umpire didn't like it, and it wasn't framed very well by Diaz, so that'll be ball 2. 2-0. Here's the pitch. Foul ball. Tipped back. Strikes Diaz in the shoulder. No big deal. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Taylor Scott. Right in there, fouled up and away. Is it going to go out of play? And it does. That'll be strike 2. 91 mile per hour. 4-seam fastball. The count is even. Opportunity for a strikeout here on Moore. Taylor has the call that he wants, and he comes set. Here's the pitch. Oh, check swing, did he go? No, he did not. That'll be ball 3. A little too far low and outside. Brian Abreu is warming up, so it looks like he will be the go-to closer today. That makes sense. Bring in Scott for the 8th and just leave Abreu for the 9th instead of opposite. 3-2 pitch is on the way. This one's bounced foul. 92 mile per hour fastball in the inside corner. Moore stays alive for another pitch. Anything going on in the chat? Not right now. But I got a huge 5 people listening in or following along. Thank you for being here. Like I said earlier, I do apologize for being to the game so late, but I have reasons. 92 right in the zone. Another fastball. A little low. Fouled away. Count remains 3-2. No outs. Nobody on here in the bottom of the 8th. Astros with the lead 3-2. If you're a Mariners fan, I'm sorry. If you're an Astros fan, oh yeah. Here's the pitch. Just a little outside. That's going to be ball 4. 92 miles an hour. Misses by about 3 or 4 inches. Now the Mariners are going to have a base runner with no outs. So I hear that the Rockets are going into the playoffs. I wish the best of luck to them. I don't watch basketball anymore for, once again, reasons. I don't watch any basketball, actually. It doesn't matter what kind of basketball it is. I like to play basketball, but I never watch it anymore. But if the Rockets can go all the way and win, I'm all for it. If I'm going to root for a team, I will definitely root for the Rockets. But there are two sports that I just don't care for anymore. One is the NFL, professional football, professional American football. The other is basketball. I don't care for watching any basketball. Just playing is fun. Here's the first pitch to the next batter, Miles Mastrobuoni. Right in the bottom of the zone. It should have been strike one, but called a ball. Don't quite understand that. The umpire's missing some calls here. Going against Scott and the Astros. 1 ball, no strikes. This is the 10th pitch coming up for Taylor Scott. Runner on first, no outs. Here's the pitch. Another one right in the low part of the zone. That one was about an inch below. Called a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Wasn't as much movement on that one, so maybe that's why he's not biting on it. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Moore goes to second. Here's a throw. And it's not going to get there in time. He's got a stolen base. Yeah. Caratini's actually behind the plate. I was saying Diaz earlier, but actually Caratini is catching for the Astros. Diaz is the DH, batting 7th today. That was a bounced throw. Nowhere near being on target. 3-0. Here's the pitch. Way high, ball 4. Mariners have runners on first and second with no outs. The pitching coach is going to head out to the mound now to have a little chit-chat with Scott to see exactly what's going on in his mind right now. He's got 2 runners on with no outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Let's see what we got going on in the chat now that we have a moment to take a breather. The Lion, they just lost the national championship game after being ahead all but a minute of the game. Are you serious? That has got to be more disturbing than just getting blown out the whole game, right? That's the way I feel anyway. Taylor Scott is going to be facing J.P. Crawford at the plate. He's only batting 138 for the season. Not having a stellar start to the year so far. Left-handed batter facing Taylor Scott. Here comes the first pitch. He shows bunt and pulls back, but it doesn't matter. That's an 83-mile-per-hour strike right in the zone. Runners on first and second with nobody out. Altuve's playing on second today. Paredes is in on third in the grass. Walker is in. Everybody's looking for the bunt. Here's the pitch. He shows bunt again. This one's a little outside. 83-mile-per-hour slider, ball 1. One and one's the count. Crawford showing bunt again. Here's the pitch. That one's way outside, ball 2. Scott having a little trouble getting that ball into the zone. Two balls, one strike. Here's the pitch from Scott. He bunts it down the third baseline. Paredes gets it, throws it to first, and gets the out. Altuve was covering first so that Walker could come in for the bunt. And that's going to be out number 1. Let's take a look at that replay. So the Mariners have runners now on second and third with 1 out. It looks like Brian Abreu is going to come in early. That's it for Taylor Scott. As Brian Abreu walks out of the bullpen and headed towards the mound, he touches the grass right by the warning track and jogs to the mound. One away. The Mariners trying to mount a minor comeback here, down 3-2. And of course, Brian Abreu and the Astros will be doing their best to thwart that. I see the news that Houston and Florida had 11 lead changes. The lead went back and forth 11 times in that game. Pretty amazing. I'm sad that Houston lost, but like I said before, I wish them the best. And if they can win, if Houston can win, I'm all for it. I support it 100%. I just don't care about basketball anymore. The only sport that I watch besides baseball now is American football, but not professional. I don't watch the NFL. I watch college, and the only team I watch is LSU. There are reasons, why I do that, but I feel that the NFL is too controlled. It's an entertainment league primarily. It's legally listed as such, and they can create narratives and decide games as they wish to maximize the amount of attention and money they get from the public. And as long as college football is able to kind of keep that out to an extent, I'll watch college football instead. Also, the Oilers left Houston, and that left a bad taste in my mouth. The other thing is that in basketball, all of the fouls and all of the walking and the traveling calls are arbitrary, and it's a joke to me. Here's the first pitch to Julio Rodriguez from Brian Abreu. That's a 97-mile-per-hour pitch right in there, swing and a miss for strike one. Runners on second and third with one out. Abreu trying to shut this down and get the Astros out of the inning so that no runs are scored. Here's the 0-1 pitch. 98 miles an hour, about 8 inches or so out of the zone. That's ball one. One ball, one strike to Rodriguez. Abreu gets the signal. Here's the pitch. Ooh, man, that slider had a ton of movement on it. It started off going towards the zone, but it went way outside for ball two. Man, if he had thrown that straight at him, that would have been an amazing pitch because it would have come right back in the zone. What a beautiful pitch that was. Just wrong location. Here comes a 2-1 pitch. That's right in there, and he gets around on it early and rips it foul. 87-mile-per-hour slider. He hit that one hard, but right into the crowd, and that's going to be strike two. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Abreu's got what he wants. Here comes the 2-2 delivery. Strike three, 99 miles an hour, right in the top of the zone. Out number 2 on that big-time strikeout by Brian Abreu. What a beautiful pitch at 99 miles an hour. Talk about burning him. Look at this pitch. What a beautiful thing. 99 right in the top of the zone. Strike 3, buddy. Have yourself a seat. 2 away. Jorge Polanco comes up over 3 today with a fly out. Here's the first pitch from Abreu. Boom, right in the bottom. Oh, just a couple inches below the zone. That'll be ball one. Let's strand these runners. Abreu tossing some heat right now. If he can get a quick out here, he might come back into the 9th inning. He's only got 7 pitches after this one. Here's the next one. Swing and a miss. Good pitch. Slider. 86 miles an hour, and the count is even, 1-1. What a beautiful pitch. Take a look at that. Here's the next pitch. Ooh, just a little low and outside, 98 miles an hour. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two outs, runners on second and third. 2 balls and 1 strike. Abreu facing Polanco. Here's the pitch. Good pitch right up there. It hits. Oh no, it hits Abreu. Polanco hits it right up the middle. It hits off of Abreu's leg and bounces into center field. That's going to score 2 runs. What a beautiful pitch, but he was able to hit it, rocket it right up the middle. It bounced off of Abreu's leg, went to center field. Polanco has a single, a 2 RBI single. Now the Mariners are up 4-3. Let's take a look at that. You can see it bounces right off of Abreu. And it just so happens that none of the other Astros are there. It just went through the right spot for the Mariners. Four to three. Rosarena's at the plate facing Abreu now. 1 runner on first with 2 outs, and that'll be outside for ball 1. I don't know why the crowd is booing. Next pitch is low for ball 2. Well, the Astros got more work to do on the bat side. They had the lead for half an inning, basically, but they're going to have to come back in the 9th inning and retake it. 3 balls. That one's outside. 3 balls. No strikes to Randy Arozarena. Astros have another reliever warming up, so it looks like Abreu is not going to be in much longer. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. Right in there, 98 miles an hour for strike 1. Arozarena started walking towards first like he was going to get a walk, but that was right in the zone. He had no intention of swinging on that pitch. Here comes the 3-1. That one's right in there. He doesn't swing on that one either. Polanco tries to steal. Altuve gets the tag down, but it looks like they call him safe. Espada is going to take a quick look at it, but they might not be challenging it. They're not going to. The tag was close, but not close enough. Full count on Arozarena with runner on second base. Here's the pitch. That one's hit to right field. Is it going to be playable? Yes. Mauricio Dubon grabs it, puts it away. That'll be out number 3. And the Astros get out of the 8th inning, but not before losing the lead again, giving up 2 runs on a ball hit off of Abreu's leg. 4-3 is the score. Top of the 9th coming up, guys. Astros' last chance here. That's unfortunate, losing getting the lead and then losing it in the same inning. But they're only down by 1. It's not difficult for them to get just 1 run and tie it up and send it into extra innings. To get 2 runs, they just did it last inning. No reason why they can't do it again this inning. 7 people hanging in there right now listening in. I appreciate it. I'm going to run and get some hot water for some coffee. If an extra innings is coming along, I definitely want some coffee. I realized that I also haven't taken my vitamin C this morning, man. I'm just so busy today. I wasn't expecting. Coffee. I wasn't expecting to be so very busy today. Mariners have a new pitcher on the mound, a right-hander. Andres Munoz. Andres Munoz. He's going to be facing Victor Caratini. He's 0 for 3 today, batting .250 for the season so far. 583 OPS. Here's the first pitch to Caratini. Batting lefty. 98 miles per hour. Low, ball one. Good take. That was just a couple inches below the zone. Straight pitch fastball. That's a strong, good take right there. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's in the strike zone. 85 mile per hour slider. Right in the middle of the zone. The count is even for Caratini, the Batman. Here comes the pitch from... Oh, no. Caratini was out of the box. He's back in now. Munoz had to hold up, but he's ready now. He comes set. Here's the pitch. 98 right in the middle of the plate. No swing from Caratini. 98 miles an hour. They said he's averaging 99 miles an hour on his fastball. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's hit up the middle, and there's a diving catch by the shortstop. Is he going to get him? Yes, it looks like it. What a play. That was crazy. Caratini hit it up the middle. J.P. Crawford made a diving catch, lobbed it over to first. Wasn't a good throw, but it was enough. The first baseman was able to get his foot on the bag and get Caratini. Take a look at this. You can see how that play developed. Just barely. Out number one. Yainer Diaz comes to the plate, the DH for today. Astros down to their last 2 outs. Swing and a miss there. Strike one. 0 for 3 today. Yainer not having a banner year so far, batting only 69. He's not even batting 100. That's in there for strike two. 91 mile per hour changeup. That was probably the best pitch he's going to see. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And he goes for a crappy pitch outside, an 87 mile per hour slider. Way outside the zone and low. Strike three. Astros down to their last out. And who's the hero coming to the plate but Jake Meyers? Jake Meyers has one hit, a timely hit in the last at bat. Here comes the first pitch to him. A little low, 99 miles an hour. Ball one. Might not be seeing extra innings unless Jake Meyers he has something else to say about it. Here's the 1-0 pitch. A little outside. Woo, that barely missed. 99 miles an hour, about an inch outside the zone. Tough take. Umpire called it right. Ball two. It's 2-0. Meyers is 0 for 4 against Munoz in his career. This would be nice to make it 1 for 5. Ooh, 87 on the inside corner, called ball three. That was so close. You couldn't have put a hair between the edge of the zone and the ball. Here's the 3-0 pitch from Munoz. Right in there, 99 miles an hour, or strike one. Looks like Meyers was taking that all the way. If he walks, Mauricio Dubon will come to the plate. A little foul tip on a 98 mile per hour pitch up and in. Jake Meyers, I didn't know if he was going to try to draw a walk and pass the torch or kick the can down the road, but he looks like he's trying. Here's the full count pitch. He hits it up the middle, and it's going to be easily played by the second baseman, who throws it over, and that'll be it for the game, guys. The Astros lose this one, unfortunately, in sad fashion. That's it for the Stros today. No extra innings. tomorrow, I believe Hunter Brown is going to be on the mound for the Astros. I can give you guys a really quick summary of what happened in the game before I log off. There wasn't a whole lot of action until the end of the game. Astros went up and had suddenly about a 78% chance of winning the game after taking the lead, but then just gave it right away in the same inning, and then that was it. That was all she wrote. Apparently in the 5th inning, the Mariners got on the board first with a homer to left center field, scoring more. That was the only 2 runs. Those were the only 2 runs that they would get off of Wesneski, who had a really good day. He had 5 strikeouts and just 2 earned runs in 7 full innings pitched. And only gave up 3 hits, including that homer. A really good day. But the Astros hitters could not capitalize on that. In the 6th inning, Altuve homered a solo shot 402 feet to bring the game within 1. That's Altuve's 2nd solo shot this season. In the 8th inning, the top of the 8th, the Astros managed 2 more runs. Altuve scored on an error. Myers scored. And after that, the Astros finally had the lead, 3-2. However, in the same inning, in the bottom of the 8th, the Astros gave up 2 runs. Polanco scored. And let's see here. Who's the other player that scored? Oh, yeah. Polanco singled to center field. I'm sorry. That's what I meant to say. Polanco singled to center field, scoring Moore and Mastrobuoni. It was a lucky shot because it went off of Abreu's leg, and then it went between Pena and Altuve. There was no chance for them to play it. It just happened to be in the right spot. It was just a matter of luck that the Mariners got that hit and got those runs. And the Astros could not come back and do anything in the 9th inning, and that's where it stands. So that's the end of the game. Astros are now 4-6. I'm not sure where they are in the standings right now, but let's take a quick look. Well, they're pretty far behind the Rangers right now. The Rangers are 8-3. Astros are gonna tie up with the Athletics now. They're 4-6, the same as the A's. The Mariners are still going to be behind the Astros because they will be 4-7. They'll have one more loss than the Astros, but the Astros are actually behind the Angels right now by a couple of games and tied with the Athletics. So that's where we're at, tied for 3rd place, basically, in a rather weak division at the moment. But thank you all for coming in. I apologize once again for being late. Just had stuff to do, stuff to take care of today. And I did come in on the biggest action part of the game. Unfortunately, the Astros couldn't pull it out. But we'll try again tomorrow, right? But for now, that's all I have to say. Other than